Florence, and I'm the teacher assistant in Mrs. Albright's second grade class. And this morning, her class is excited to tell you a story. Now, it's a simple story, but it has a huge meaning. In fact, this story is based on a book that really is one of my favorites. So, 3rd and 4th grade, if I was your teacher assistant when you were in 2nd grade, you might remember this story, you might recognize it. But whether you recognize it or not, I want you to listen to it. I mean, really listen to it. Because the students this morning are going to remind you that God created you for a purpose. You were created for a purpose. In fact, in Ephesians 2:10, it says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus." That means that God created you for a special reason. You are his handiwork. So that means whether you have long blonde hair or dark curly hair, whether you're really good at math, or maybe math's not your deal, but you're really a good writer, or what if you're a really good athlete, or what if you're just an excellent musician. God made you that way on purpose. So if we're different, should we really compare ourselves to each other? Okay, thank you. We're to remember that God made us just like he wants us to be. And so we don't look to the people around us for approval. We look to God for his approval. And when we look there, remember we always find his unending love, right? All right. So this morning, I am so very pleased to present Miss Albright's 2nd grade class.
Welcome to Mrs. Albright's 2nd grade class chapel. The name of our program is You're Special. It is based on a story by Max Lucado, but we've changed a few things. In Mr. Lucado's book, most of the characters are called Wemmicks, but here in Whitefield Village, our characters are called Whitmicks. Also in Mr. Lucado's book, the Wemmicks are wooden people. But in our chapel program, the Whitmicks are real children with special talents and skills given them by God. They each have a heart that can be encouraged with love or discouraged by unkind words. We hope you will enjoy our chapel program.
The Whitmicks were small people. All of the people in the village were made by a craftsman named Eli. The workshop sat on a hill overlooking the village. Each Whitmick was different. Some had big noses. Others had large eyes. Some were tall and others were short. Some wore hats. Others wore coats. But all were made by the same craftsman and lived in Whitefield Village. And all day, every day, the Whitmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Whitmick had golden stars and black dots. Up and down the streets, all over the city, Whitmicks spent their days sticking stars and dots on one another.
Whoa, Savannah, those are great looking boots, are they new?
Yes, they are. My mom just bought them for me for Christmas. She got them at that fancy new shoe store at the mall. They have real fur lining in them that keep one. Don't they look great? I just love them.
They do look great. My mom won't let me go to that store. She says that I'm too young to have expensive boots like yours. But I think that you deserve a star for helping me. Hey, Reagan, I heard you were chosen as one of the second graders to go to the spelling bee. Yeah, we had our spell off right before Christmas. I was really nervous and it took about 15 rounds to narrow down the group trying out. I had to spell breeze and wishful and down, and I got them all right. I wish I had made the final cutout to go to the spelling bee, and I misspelled out the word Albright. Oh, that's an easy word. I guess you wouldn't have done so well in the spelling bee.
Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want even more stars. Others, though, couldn't do much at all. They got dots.
Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like some of the other towns in Whitman, but he always fell. And when he fell, others would gather around and give him dots.
After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb like forget his hat or step in a puddle. And then someone would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many dots that some people would just give him dots for no reason.
That Punchinello, he deserves lots of dots. He can't seem to do anything right. Did you see him the other day at lunch? He dropped his tray and his spaghetti and peas went everywhere.
Yeah, look at him. Did you see him try to jump over that box? He's so clumsy. No one that clumsy deserves a star. All he deserves is dots. Yesterday, when we were changing classes, he dropped his pencil box and stuff went everywhere. Someone's helped pick it up, and then just a few minutes later, he dropped it again. Good grief. He'll never make it to the Whitefield Village basketball team or track team for that matter. He really isn't good at any sport. Last week at recess, we picked teams for football. I picked him because I thought he would be a good play for our team. But he didn't even know the rules of the game, and he made us lose. I wonder if he can really do anything well.
After a while, Punchinello started believing it, and he would think, I am not a good Whitman.
Then one day, Punchinello met a Whitman who's unlike any he had ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just herself. Her name was Lucia.
That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks.
Hi, I'm Lucia.
Hi, I'm Punchinello. Are you new to Whitefield Village?
No, why?
Well, you don't have any stars or dots that the Whitmicks in our village are always giving out. You're just you. How come?
Well, the Whitmans do try to give me stars and dots. They just don't stick.
What do you mean?
Some admire me for having a dot, so they come up and give me a star, but those just fall off. Some, when they see I have no stars, they come up and give me a dot, but those don't stick either.
Why don't the stickers stick to you?
That's easy. Every day you go see Eli the craftsman. I sit in his workshop with him. Why don't you go find out for yourself? Go see him. He's always there. And with that, the Whitman who had no stickers turned and skipped away. So Punchinello walked away, wondering if Eli would even want to see him. He thought about all the other Whitmans running around giving each other stars and dots. And he thought, it just doesn't seem right. So he decided to go see Eli. He walked up the path to the top of the hill and stepped into Eli's workshop, his eyes widened out the sides of everything. Punchinello felt out of place. He thought, I'm not staying here, and he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Eli called to Punchinello. His voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped and turned slowly to look at the bearded craftsman. Punchinello, come over here. Come over and let me have a look at you.
You know my name?
Of course I do. I made you. Eli helped Punchinello onto the stool and spoke thoughtfully as he looked at all the black dots. He could tell that Punchinello was burdened by all his bad marks.
Eli, I'm sorry I have so many dots. I didn't mean to get all these. I tried really hard.
Oh, it's okay, Tram. I don't care what the other women think.
No?
No, you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or nuts? They're athletics just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you're pretty special.
Me? Special? Why? I can't jump or play basketball. I didn't make it to the spelling bee. I can't even do well in old class. Why do I matter to you?
Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small shoulders, and felt very slowly. He said,
Because you are mine. That's why you matter. Every day I've been hoping you would come.
I can't because I met someone who had no stars or dots. Why don't the stickles stay on home?
The maker spoke softly about Lucia. Lucia, Eli said, has decided what I think is more important than what the other Whitmicks think. The stickers only stick if you love them. They only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust in my love, the less you care about the stickers.
I'm not sure I understand.
You will, but it may take time. I've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day and let me remind you how much I care.
Eli helped Punchinello off the stool and walked him to the door. Then he told him, remember this, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, the dot fell to the ground.
Psalms 139:14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Matthew 10:30-31 says, and even the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than any sparrow. Even the hairs on my head are all numbered. In 1 Samuel 16:8 it says, the Lord does not look at the man looks at. The man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at his heart. I'm his workmanship. Our Creator holds me in his hands. I know that I am loved and that he cares for me. He knows my name and he knows your name.
He represents God, and Punchinello represents any one of us who has felt left out, not good enough, or unloved. Eli asked Punchinello to come see him every day in his workshop. This is God's invitation to spend time with him every day by praying and by reading the Bible. Remember, he knows your name.
He knows your name.
We gotta see everybody. Well, I wasn't ready for that to be over. I'm usually on the way up here when I wasn't ready. Gee, I want kind of like an encore or something. That was fabulous. What do you think, parents, grandparents, special friends? What a message, huh? Boys and girls, did you get that message? I'm gonna check with you in a minute.